Hey there TRW crew, Matt Vassallo here with the Rhinestoneworld.com. So this video tutorial on the TRW Stone Wizard is going to go over in our Place and Fill tab, our Island Fill. So our Island Fill is our button that's going to work with some of our different placing and filling features in the Stone Wizard. So the Island Fill will work with the outside or inside. That's where you're selecting the Island Fill to go. And then the video we just went over as far as how many islands you want to go on the fill. Your spacing is going to be the spacing of the stones on each path, so that depends on how much spacing is in between each stone on each path. Your fill line spacing, that's going to be once you fill in an island fill, what your spacing is going to be like on that, and same thing with your contour spacing as well. So your contour spacing is going to be on the island fill, and then your fill line spacing on the hatch fill, and I'm going to show you the difference of those here. So with our island fill, let's say we have this island fill right here, and we're going to go one to the inside and add stones of an island fill. It went directly on the line, and the reason why is we didn't adjust our contour spacing there at all. So I'm going to show you. Now, when I do the island fill and I go to 0.14, and I'm going to go one to the inside and island fill, that went straight to the inside of that line. So you can see how that works. So very simple tool with the island fill to use. And then what I'm going to do if I switch to the outside and did an island fill, it's going to go one to the outside at 0.14. So again, very easy to use. If you wanted to do a 2 island fill to the inside, and then you wanted it to stay on that outside line, if I put that as 0, and then do an island fill, now it's running off of our fill line spacing. So that's going the 0.14. So does that make sense? The contour spacing is how much you want it off your selected line. And then if you go to a second island or more than one, then it's going to be based off your fill line spacing. That way you have the option of doing something like I just did there. So otherwise, if you just had it to where it was all the same and you did one, it would do it on this actual line each time. So this is where it gets big into the heat transfer vinyls, things like that, to be able to easily customize stuff for you. So island fill, I'm going to show you a little bit as far as the spacing. So let's say I switch this spacing to 0.08, and you're going to see the big difference in the actual spacing on these fills here. So I'm going to go island fill and see the big difference in the spacing. So if I undo that and I wanted this real tight, I could go 0.002 island fill. See how tight that is? That's more for like a cams machine. And then what you can also do, there's a little too much spacing there, maybe with the cams machine we want it a little bit tighter there. You could very easily just decrease this spacing a little bit and go 0.12 and an island fill, and see how much tighter it got. It's actually overlapping a little bit there, so we would probably want to go 0.13. But that gives you an idea of what the island fill does, and the island fill button as far as working it. So if you put this to a 0, and let's say we want our regular spacing at like a 0.3 and a 0.14, that's at 0 or nothing inside island fill. We have to select our object to island fill, hit it, and there you go. See how it did the island fill all the way to the inside? Now see those spots right there where it's overlapping a little bit? Okay, again, no problem. If you select our corner detect there and then do the island fill, now it hit all those perfect. And of course, the way that the shape of a heart is, you're going to run into a little issue with spots right there, but it's going to look a lot better if you do it this way and then just do a tiny little bit of manual editing. You may have to remove around about 10 stones, but it's going to make it look perfect. So that is our island fill button on the TRW Stone Wizard, and some of the different features it has and what it works with as far as these. So again, on the island fill, if we didn't add the stones and just did an island fill, let me select the object, island fill, then it's just going to create all of your contours there. So you have the option of whether you're working with stones or the heat transfer vinyl as far as how you want your island fill to work. So that's our tutorial today on the TRW Stone Wizard island fill button. If you do have any questions, make sure to give us a call. Number's 941-755-1696. Again, this is Matt with the Rhinestoneworld.com, and you guys have a great day.